Good Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Ted Schmidt looking south from downtown Rochester. This is with our Gwaltney Group camera from downtown on South Broadway, and right now, pretty gloomy day. We've had fog around from that vantage point. Kind of hard to see the fog, but right now we're dealing with some fog around the area. We've been on the lookout for some drizzle, some mist. So far, really haven't seen any here in our local area. There has been some skirting the area to the west, even a few flurries. So something that we're going to be watching in the very short term this morning, but for the most part, the rest of the day looks pretty gray, pretty quiet, and overall, really not bad. Not a very pretty looking day, but sometimes in January, you take what you can get. And it may not be sunny, but temperatures are really going to be pretty reasonable, as we'll look for temperatures in the 20s, low 30s, and not much wind. That's key. It's nice to have a day where it's not obnoxiously icy, obnoxiously windy, or bitterly cold. We've got a couple things going in our favor, just not much of the sun, and we'll have to get used to that because there isn't much to be seen, I think, this week in this current pattern. A lot of clouds around, and something we've been dealing with a long time now, going back to really last Wednesday. That system took 3 days to get through last weekend. That brought periods, the end of last week, I should say, that brought periods of snow each day. That brought a lot of clouds around. We've been dealing with the grayness since then. But we may see some sun yet in the next 7 days, but it may be the seventh day before we really get there. But here's a look southward. Fog certainly more evident from this angle. This is our Lewiston Auto camera and Gwaltney Group camera from northwest Rochester. 22 right now in Rochester. It's 25 in Austin, 23 in Decorah. Winds are pretty light, 9 miles per hour. That's about what we'll have most of the day. Wind chill in the teens. Visibility less than a mile here in Rochester now. In fact, the fog has been thickening all night long now into this morning. It's now at the densest it's been, thickest fog we've had. A mile and a half in Dodge Center, Mesa City now, less than a mile. So keep that in mind. It's going to be like this for at least another couple of hours until late morning. Temperatures in the 20s, but the wind chill in the teens. Rochester 12. Feels like 18 in Austin, 15 in Osage, and 15 in Mesa City. Some fog this morning going into the afternoon. Still some gloom around. Look for highs around 30 degrees, which is about 5 or 6 degrees above the seasonal average. Coming up later today, sunset almost 5:15 at this point. Gray skies in place. Been watching a storm system that has moved south of us, bringing some very light snow parts of Missouri and far southern Iowa. For us, that system may generate just a little bit of flurry activity, perhaps a spot or two of freezing drizzle. Very short-term concern through about 9 o'clock or maybe 10 o'clock this morning in a couple of spots, but not much of that noted so far in the area. Behind that, high pressure comes in, but it's going to be a dirty high. In other words, one that's associated with gloom and clouds, but dry weather and quiet weather for the next couple of days, and fairly light winds. Some fog today. Staying gray and chilly through the midweek, and then by the time we get to late Thursday and Friday, we see a couple of storm systems come in that may bring a little light snow. That'll be one Thursday and Friday, another one during the day on Saturday, but at this point, neither one of those systems looks to be a big snow maker. 22 degrees right now in Rochester, some 30s in the map already. North Platte 31, it's 34 in Lincoln, and 29 in Chicago. Look ahead at Futurecast. Clouds hanging tough. Here comes high pressure coming in for the northwest. Not doing much for our sunshine chances, but we'll stick with the gloom and light winds, diverting a couple of storm systems to our west, keeping them out of our picture, and then looking at another system for the northwest and Montana. That for Wednesday will be a couple of states away, but by late Thursday, it may be one that brings a very light coating of snow, especially for the evening and overnight hours into early Friday, the first of two, again, to impact the end of this week. But 30 degrees in Rochester, Austin 29, Decorah 31, some fog, some clouds, a light northwest breeze. Temperatures running just a little bit above the seasonal average. Tonight, light winds, mostly cloudy, 18 the expected overnight low, which again is warm for this time of the year. 8 is the average overnight low temperature. We're going to be about 10 degrees above that. Tomorrow, a little closer to reality, a lighter northwest breeze, but still a high of 25. Not half bad, just a little closer to average, not as warm as today's 30. And then we'll be back to the 30s by the weekend. Chances of snow, especially by Friday and Saturday. And look at that. There's the groundhog. Groundhog Day on Sunday, and that may be our best chance to see the sun, a best chance to get above freezing, too. That's also the Super Bowl. So when you go outside, maybe enjoy the sunshine. Then at sunset, of course, a little after 5 by this Sunday will be sunset, and then after that is the kickoff for Super Bowl 54. I believe it's 54 is the current one this year. But anyway, hold tight and we'll have to deal with the gloom, but enjoy the relative warmth and the fairly quiet weather. And have a great Monday, and we will see you right back here tomorrow, everybody.